from my office. What are you busy doing in here? You must be working hard.
Yeah, I'm sending out a letter to the congregation about that $30,000 gift that we got from one of our families.
You're sending out a letter?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that gift was really affirming of our ministry, don't you think? I mean, they said they're supportive of our ministry and how you and I are working together. I think the congregation needs to know that, don't you think?
Well, yeah, I absolutely agree that they need to hear that. But don't you think a video would really capture it more than a letter?
A video? No, I think a letter is just fine. Next thing I know, you're going to ask me to get on Facebook or something like that. What's wrong with a letter?
No, I mean, a letter's okay. I mean, as I'm thinking about it, there's a whole lot of really great things that have gone on here that God is doing in this place. And over the last 6 months, I mean, we had this amazing Lenten services that went on and that were great. And they had a technological component. It was pretty good.
A little bit.
People like those prayer moments.
Yeah.
People like those prayer moments. And Easter, with the Cameroonians all here in their festive garb and the baptism of your godson, that's pretty exciting.
That was cool.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
And, there's all the things happening with children and youth around here. I mean, there was Vacation Bible School, which was this great ecumenical effort. There were more than 170 kids here. And of course, we can't forget the Appalachian Service Project. I know I will not soon forget that. No, I definitely won't. I don't think the kids will either. And of course, when we're talking about the Spirit filling our kids, I mean, we had 4 Spirit-filled kids say yes to God and affirm their faith in confirmation this year. And that's just the stuff that people could see. There's all the stuff that sometimes happens behind the scenes. Like a young woman come to me this year and she said, I really want to do a Bible study. And I said, oh, that's great. And so we started a young women's Bible study. And not to mention the care team. They do so much stuff that goes on, and not everybody is always aware of it. I mean, they make prayer shawls, and they do hospital visits, and they deliver meals to people in need. I mean, it really is a lot of stuff. And this gift really affirms those.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about Manna from Heaven. We made 2 trips there in the first 6 months of the year, and one of those trips we distributed 80 flats of vegetable plants, and now 1,200 people are growing their own gardens down there, and we got that $3,000 gift from the ELCA World Hunger Appeal, and GraceWorks. I mean, you presented that certificate last week. We're one of only 18 congregations that have offered 10 consecutive years of partnership with them.
That's pretty good.
Our 4th trip to Guatemala, we distributed the 50 water filtration systems and met the Doppenberg family, and now we're thinking about all kinds of possibilities of doing ministry with them. And the Germans are here now, and we've got the delegation of 10, and they're having a good visit with us. And in addition to all that, we distributed over $7,500 of cash donations in the first 6 months of the year. I mean, I kind of feel like the vision is coming together, and God's kind of calling us to something new and refresh the vision. You and I are working together well in ministry. We get this big gift supporting our congregation, and thinking about the long-range planning committee, working on a new long-range plan with the church council, and the Higgins family have been patient with the Stranghouse, but wanting us to develop a vision for that. And the lower level, we've been talking about that since 2004. The economy is improving. The stock market is doing much better. I'm just feeling like it's time for us to refresh the vision of our church and move out into deeper water.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think as a congregation, if we really are faithful with our stewardship and continue to support the budget and then do some growth giving and really invest in the deep water that we might be wandering out into, and more than that, to participate in this whole process, to be prayerful and to keep hearts and eyes and minds and spirits open to where God is leading us, and to respond not only through stewardship but with action and prayer as well. I think God's really doing some amazing things here. Yeah,
this gift is really exciting. I hope other families in our congregation might think along the same lines and be encouraged by this. I'm thinking back to Martha Newfield last September when you were called. She said that LCR is like a rose that's beginning to bloom, and I'm really seeing the blooms happen now. And I just hope the congregation feels the excitement and kind of gets in and jumps in on this vision with us.
I'm sure they would. Don't you think if they could actually see it in a video, it might help with the vision? Don't you think?
No, Nicole, I didn't get this gray hair for nothing. No, we're not doing a video. Let's just type the letter and leave it at that, all right?
All right, you type your letter. I'm going to go next door and check my Facebook account.
You know, it's really nice to have a colleague here, but sometimes with Nicole, I feel like I'm talking to one of my daughters. I mean, she just doesn't get it. What is she talking about? Send out a video.